Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. Friday. How is everybody in the hood today? Sorry, I'm just checking my music here so that we can have not too loud. Anyway, so good morning, good morning. It's Friday. The sun is shining. It's very much like a good spring day. This is the way it should be on spring. Nice and sunny. Hello, mother. um, we are doing all things Halloween. Yes, it seems like it's a far away, but it's not actually. So, we are going to do all things Halloween today. Doing some old treats, some new treats that we're going to be doing for Halloween that I'm going to be having up on my my website for people to order. And I'm so excited. We're going to be doing a Halloween market, which we're going to be selling all these treats there as well, with a few other things. So today we are going to do, obviously we're going to make eyeballs. That was super popular last year. So I'm going to make eyeballs, but we're going to change it up. I'm not doing cake pop eyeballs. I'll be doing marshmallow eyeballs. Ooh. And then, oh, this has gone hard. Sorry, I need chocolate for all that we're doing. Let me just heat the chocolate while we're busy talking. So we're going to do eyeballs, marshmallow eyeballs. We're going to do zombie cake pop fingers. Now that is going to be, I think, a little bit of a challenge because I need to try and actually make the finger look like a finger. Also, I need to decide whether I'm going to put one or two in a pack. I'm probably going to end up doing 2 zombie fingers in a pack because obviously they're going to be thin. Maybe even 3 in a pack. I don't know. I will see. But yeah, I want to see how I can get the fingers. You know, I don't want to make this fat, ugly looking finger or whatever, but you know, just to get the size, I'd rather do 3 nice proper fingers so that they look like fingers, and then there's 3 in a pack. So we're doing cake pop zombie fingers, which I think will be super popular this year. And then I'm doing Rice Krispie. Well, I'm going to be using Cocoa Pops because that's what I have in the house, but I will do Rice Krispie. Rice Krispie treats, mummies, little mummies, which are super cute, and of course sugar cookies. So yeah, so let's get started. What I'm going to do first actually is I'm going to do the Rice Krispie treats first because I need that to set. I need to make them, put them in a square pan, and I need to get them set. This morning I made my marshmallows, and I'm actually super excited to see that they've actually already set. Because normally marshmallows, I make my own marshmallows and it takes 8 hours to set. But they are set enough for me to be able to dip in chocolate and actually decorate. So that is pretty awesome, which means that I probably can make more in a day than I thought I could. Because normally I do 2 batches a day to give it 8 hours. But because we're dipping it in chocolate, we don't need to give it that full 8 hours because it will continue, you know, maturing, should I say, encased in the chocolate. But they are hard enough for me to dip, which is fantastic, which means that I can decorate my eyeballs today. My eyeballs, my marshmallow eyeballs. So I'm going to do the Rice Krispie treat first, and then I'm going to do the cookies because I actually need to make cookie dough and bake the cookies. I didn't get a chance to actually just, you know, having cookies so that I can just decorate them and whatever. So I'm going to have to make cookie dough and actually make the cookies today on live. But I'm not going to make a lot. None of this I'm making a lot of. It's just enough for me to sample and photograph and do a photo shoot. And yeah, to have some samples so that I can get them up on my website. And then yeah, so I think Rice Krispie treats, then the cookie dough, and then while the cookies are cooking, I can then do the marshmallow pops and the zombie fingers. The zombie fingers will be chocolate cake. There's a reason for that, with white chocolate, only dipped once. You will see the reason for that as well. I've got some leftover cake that I had in the deep freeze, which I'm going to be using today. But obviously, that won't be the case when I'm making lots and lots. Because I know that at last year, I was getting orders for 40 eyeballs at a time. So I know there's going to be a horde of eyeballs, and definitely eyeballs and fingers. I think that's going to be what my biggest sellers are. So I need to be able to make them quickly, and I need to be able to make lots of them. So let's get started. I just need to keep an eye on my chocolate to make sure it melts. So I made marshmallow. I make my own marshmallow because that way I can make my own marshmallows, which I have. And as you can see, they are ready to be dipped. And here we go. Here we've got a ball. So I'm super excited that they actually were ready. This helps me a lot because that allows me to make more than one batch a day, which is a great help instead of only one batch a day. So I make my own marshmallows. They are not as, I can't explain. I don't tend to eat the bought marshmallows because I will have one or two and then I start to feel ill. Not sure what's in them but mine is pretty pure. It's sugar and gelatin, basically. Yeah, sugar, gelatin, and vanilla essence. So this is vanilla flavored marshmallow. But I'm also going to use. So I haven't made all my marshmallow because I am needing the marshmallow for the Rice Krispie treat. So I'm going to take some of this marshmallow and I'm going to use it for my Rice Krispies. And then I'm going to melt some down that I'm needing for something else that I need to do a test run on later today. So I don't need a lot for what I need later this afternoon. I'm actually going to just pop this into what I need for this afternoon, and then I will use the rest in my Rice Krispie treats. So you don't need a lot of I also find that my marshmallow is softer. So when I make Rice Krispie treats, my Rice Krispie treats are a little bit softer. They're not so, oh, this is so sticky. Whenever you work with marshmallows, you need to have everything greased up. Otherwise, it just sticks to about everything. So the unfortunate thing is that I cannot put this on the stove. So I'm going to have to try and get all of it out and into the pot. So I'll do that now as well. So I'm going to use this for something that I want to try this afternoon. So I'm going to put that away. And the rest we're going to pop into here. So with Rice Krispies, you use a little bit of butter. And the reason for the butter, so I'm not going to actually put a lot of butter, but the reason for the butter is to basically stop everything from sticking. So what I actually do is I don't actually melt the butter or anything. I just line my with the butter, because essentially, like I said, it's it's to stop it's to stop the marshmallow from sticking. So I did actually line this pot as well when I made the marshmallow, but obviously the marshmallow's been sitting in there for a bit, and I've mixed it up and all sorts of things. So we'll just do that so that we can and then also my hands are now got some margarine on, which will help me to be able to take that off. I wonder if I can get I was silly. I should have just, when this was still soft this morning, when it was fresh fresh out of I'm just going to put some more butter on my fingers. When this was actually, before it started going hard, I should have just poured it into the pot already. Then it could have just stayed there. It is what it is. Because when I make Rice Krispie treats for Halloween, because I'll be making a lot, I'll literally make the marshmallow, and then once it's whipped up, I'll just put Rice Krispies in. So, and again, I'm not making a lot, so I'm not too stressed about the quantities at the moment. I'm just needing to make enough for me to be able to make for samples. And get as much of the marshmallow out of here as possible, but I can't. Dark it's stuck, but it's all good. I'm going to use that in there. So. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to melt this, and then we're going to put, before I start, I'm actually going to line this with baking paper, because it's just going to be easier for me than hassling. It's just going to be easier than me hassling trying to get it out once it's set. So we just put a bit of butter here in there, and then we'll line it, and then I'll be able to pull it out, which will make life easier, or flip it out, which will definitely make life so much easier. So let's just measure up our pan so that we've got. So I'm using this particular pan because it's a proper square pan with corners, and my pans actually are rounded corners, which is proving to be actually a problem when I'm making all these kind of things. So I'm actually going to invest in some new square pans, so that I can, so that they can be properly squared up. Okay, let's get that in nicely. Okay, so that's wide enough for that. Just put that like that. So I'm going to put it around the sides as well, because obviously I don't want it sticking. We just pop it round. Maybe this will be enough to go all the way around. I don't know. We shall see. Yeah, that will work to go all the way around. What are you doing, puppy dog? Little Miss Newton? Okay, you just use a little bit of margarine to help it stick to the pan and stuff. So Okay. So then I'm going to swap over to my other camera so that we can see what I'm doing on the stove. Right, so we're going to move over here. We're going to put this on. We're just going to melt this enough so that we can actually work with it. Because we can't work with it when it's like this. Obviously. Right, I'm going to clear my space. We're just going to melt this down again. Because this is now very much, because I've already beaten it up with fluffy and stuff, that's exactly like how if you had to buy bought marshmallows and do the same thing. I just find that mine is not as hard. So that helps with the Rice Krispie treats. It makes the Rice Krispie treats, for me, personally, taste better. And they're not so hard and they're softer. And yeah, I find that to be a lot tastier. Also, what I like about this is that it's white. Whereas if I buy bought marshmallows and do this, then I have to deal with it being pink. So I don't want it to burn, so I'm just lowering the heat. I just want it to melt so that I can use it. Rice Krispie treats are like one of the most simplest, fun treats that you can make. So what we're going to do is we're going to make little squares, rectangles. I could use a cookie cutter, which I have. Not too sure if it'll be too small though. I can see. Because for Christmas I'm going to do, no, it's not for Christmas. Maybe, I don't know. I have an idea of doing some Rice Krispie treats as well for Christmas. I do find that it's not that popular, so I don't really want to make too much of it. But there's something that we are planning on doing, and it's also Rice Krispie treats, so I shall see how I go. I just want to totally melt this. So this, because it's my marshmallow, it's definitely a lot runnier, a lot softer, whereas the store-bought one definitely won't be. Their marshmallows are definitely harder. And I'm just using all my child's Cocoa Puffs. Actually, what I might do is I might just run a bit of a survey on my my website, on my Facebook page, to find out if you would prefer Cocoa Puffs or Rice Krispies. Personally, my daughter and I both prefer the Cocoa Puffs as opposed to the Rice Krispies. We find it tastier. Sorry, I ran out of Cocoa Puff and I kind of wanted to put a little bit more in there. Just a little bit. I don't want to put too much because then it becomes too hard. So I just wanted to put a little bit more in here just to make it a little bit more stable. Okay, so that's me done on this side. And we're going to pop this into our tray, and we will pop it in the fridge to set. Okay, so we're going to do that. Let's switch off. Put my camera off there. So, this does cool down quite quickly, so it won't be too much of a train smash. I want to use my hands, so I'm going to pour that all in here. Let's see what I am doing. Okay. So I'm going to use my hands to flatten it out. So of course I'm going to batter my fingers up. This is the only way it's going to work. Because otherwise it's just going to stick. So it is a bit hot, but it's all good. It's not so hot that I can't touch it. Just rub that butter into my fingers. Okay. So basically, the marshmallow is just there for sticking purposes and some flavor. I might just use the back of a spoon actually, a metal spoon. Quickly wash my hands. I'm going to use the back of a metal spoon, which I will need to butter up. When you're working with marshmallow, everything needs to be buttered up. Otherwise, you just... Okay, sorry about that. My network for some reason has decided to disconnect for a couple of seconds. Okay, so we're just going to push that all nice and flat and get them as flat as we can. I'm just wondering if I have space in the fridge. So normally, only because we're on live, I'm going to put it in the fridge because I wanted to speed up the process. But normally I would just leave it out like this, covered with a tea towel or whatever. I'm not too sure if I've got enough space in my fridge though. Let's just make some space. Put this in. So I'm going to just pop this. It's not very hot anymore, but I'm going to pop it in the fridge to get it to set. Right. So then we're going to make some cookie dough. If I can remember my cookie dough recipe, because I did not bring a recipe book here. If I remember correctly, I have to beat So I have to show you this. The most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Look how light that is, and look how same brand. And I've had about 5 blocks in this yellow, where I have struggled to color buttercream because it's so yellow. And last night I opened up this new block and it's light like it should be, because now I'm thinking it's my eyes. And I had the most beautiful buttercream. It was almost white because it was so light. Don't know what they did with the yellow. So now I just use the yellow for cookie dough. But I was struggling because I was like, oh my god, they've changed the recipe. because it's, you know, it's yellow and it shouldn't be like this. I was having a bit of a freak out. So I've been struggling for the last couple of weeks with all my orders, especially with things that needed to be in pastel colors. And how am I supposed to? I cannot get this yellow to go lighter. But I'm happy to see that there is. So when I buy, I'm going to have to check the batches, make sure that they're not this dark yellow. Well, I mean, it can be dark yellow if I need it for cookie dough, but not for buttercream. Oh, so I'm stuffed. Okay, so I'm just going to whip this up. It is cream in the butter. I'm trying to think of how my recipe goes. Let me go get my recipe because I can't actually remember it. You would think I make it enough. You know, I know my cake recipe. I don't even, yeah, I know my cake recipe so well. And I make a lot of cookie dough. And I don't remember that. Okay. And that's pretty much. Oh, I was right. 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar. Sorry, 1 egg. So we're gonna beat this up. I'm gonna do it by hand because I can. No, because my butter's soft enough, and it's only 1 batch. When I make multiple batches, I do it in my mixer, because otherwise, yeah, this kills my arm. Okay. So we're just gonna beat this up. Well, we're gonna combine the two in. And I think you've, you know, if you do follow me, you've seen this a million times. Me making cookie dough. I think I've made it quite a few times. It is obviously not as quick. I do it with my. This is when I wish I had a hand blender, so a hand mixer, which I really do need to actually look into getting one, because there are times that you just can't use the big mixer, and the hand mixer is just what you need. I used to have one, but it died on me. And when that one died on me, my husband bought me the one that I have now. So, but it's not very good at mixing things that are in small quantities. So like if you had to beat 1 egg white, it doesn't beat it because it can't pick it up in with the way the bowl is shaped. So it doesn't actually mix. It doesn't mix it properly. It needs to have quantity in there to work properly. So we're going to pop a teaspoon of vanilla essence in here. Well, actually, I like to put 7.5 ml of vanilla essence. Just to gives that extra kick. And I'm going to put one egg. I'm going to mix that up. Would be good if I put my oven on. So I'm just going to pop that on so we can make our cookies. I'm probably going to only make like 6 cookies. I've got 3 different cutters. And then I'm going to two teaspoons of baking powder, and 3 cups of flour. I'm just mixing up my chocolate to make sure that my chocolate is melting and staying melted. I did start it beforehand, and then because I was busy trying to set up, when I looked again it had gone cold because it is still a bit chilly, so everything does cool down kind of fast. Okay. 3 cups of flour behind here. We'll do 1 cup at a time. I'll just take my bracelets off as it gets caught in there. So we mix most of it in here. One more cup, which I'm not going to put in straight away. I'm just going to put it on the side here so that it's there. And I will start to use my hands. I just want to make sure it's not so wet, because if it's too wet then it's for me. Okay. Pop it out. so we can knead it. So there's no elasticity in cookie dough, just if you're wondering. So it's not the same as like doing pizza dough or something where there's that stringy elastic. No such thing as that. So it's the reason also why I roll between 2 sheets of plastic. Very thick, the tablecloth plastic. But it'll combine nicely now. You can see it's starting to combine. And the beauty of cookie dough is you can actually freeze it, which is awesome. Well, this cookie dough anyway. So I'm going to wrap up half of it, pretty much all of it. Because I don't need a lot of cookies for today. I think I'm going to cut six. Yeah, I'm going to cut 6 cookies for today. So don't need a lot. And then the rest I'm going to use for other samples that I need to do. That's actually got to do with Christmas. So, yeah. And I can also use for what is it I have. So we'll just wrap what we're not going to use. We're going to wrap up. So I'm probably going to only need that much cookie dough. And then the rest of this I'm just going to cling wrap and pop into the fridge. Doing a lot of things at the end of the year, especially with us moving down a level. We're able to do markets and stuff, but I will be doing. You are in the Cape Town area. We are doing a Halloween market, which I'm actually kind of excited for because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing a Halloween market. I'm partnering up with a friend who does packaging, so all my packaging is done by her, and we are partnering up to do Halloween and Christmas together, and we are doing 3 markets. I'm not a fan of doing markets, but we're going to be doing 3 markets because these are once-off markets. So we are doing a Halloween market on Halloween in October on the Sunday, where I'll be selling all these treats. And then I'm going to be doing a 3-day Christmas market, and we will be doing one of those markets where it's at a mall, where you can the mall runs it. You don't need to be there, you just need to keep everything stocked. So yeah, so we're in 2 Christmas markets, 1 Halloween market. Going to be making for a whole lot of fun, excitement, I think, and yeah, and we're hoping that we're going to end the year off with a bang and some success. If you're in the Table View area or in Cape Town, please make sure you join us for the Halloween market, and the 3-day Christmas market is at Sunningdale Sports Centre. Halloween on Halloween 31st, and then the Christmas is on the 3rd, 4th and 5th of December. These are quite big cookies. That's why there's only one in a treat box. And why maybe I won't be doing 6. I don't need to do a lot. This is purely for sample sake. So I really am not too stressed about not having too many. I'm only going to do the 3. I'm doing the cookies in a box for Halloween, where the kids can decorate themselves, and I'm going to do monsters, but I need to have those cookie cutters made. So and I don't have those yet, but I will still do these ones as well as those ones. So I'll just put those ones on my website once I have the mold, which I need to get. So I have a cauldron and a hat and a boo. These are the ones that I used last year, and I think the kids had fun, decorating them in different ways. Also, I mean, they're in the treat box, so that these ones will also be pre-decorated as part of the treat box that I make. So all 4 of these treats will be in the treat box. So marshmallow pop, cake pop, whatever you want to call it. Cakesicle cake pop, the zombie finger, the marshmallow pop, the cookies and the Rice Krispies. Actually, I might just stick to 1 boo and do 2. See if we can do 2 cauldrons and 2 hats, and then I'll put the rest with the others, which is fine. Oh. Can I? No, I can only do 1. Could be able to get this in back in a little bit. Okay, once these are in the oven, I'm going to then move on to my my zombie finger. Okay. That works. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're going to pop those into the oven. And cook those. Chocolate. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that last bit of cookies into my cookie dough, because I don't want it to go to waste. I'm going to use it. And we can put this into the fridge. Right, so that's cookies in the baking. Then we're going to, I'm running out of bowls. I'll be back. Okay, so then we're going to make some, let's make some zombie fingers. I'm actually last year, only after I had done the eyeballs, did I think to myself, oh, I should have done zombie fingers. So I'm, super excited about doing zombie fingers. I'm just a bit concerned about how I'm actually going to go about it, because I am not 100% sure about the size of them and how they're going to come out. So I'm specifically doing chocolate. There's a reason why I'm doing chocolate and white. I'm doing chocolate cake with white chocolate dipping. The reason for that is because the brown cake, if I do one chocolate dipping, and I dip it only once, you get this weird gray look. So when I make cake pops and cakesicles, and I get requested to make chocolate cakesicles and cake pops, I have to, especially if it's white, if the chocolate's white, for the casing, I have to double dip them because the chocolate comes through. Hence where I got my idea for zombie fingers, because I was like, oh, it makes it look all gray and all. That's what we're gonna do. But now the concern is the size, what kind of stick I'm gonna use. So I'm not too sure if I should just use normal wooden skewers, which I think is probably what I'm gonna end up doing, rather than using actual cake pop. Rather than using cake pop skewers. So I've got actual proper cake pop sticks, but that is for a cake pop, so that bit goes into the pop like that and it holds onto the pop. When we want a finger, so I don't know, unless we use that as a sword, we put the finger that side. So I'm going to do both to have a look to see which way we're going to go and which way I prefer. I actually think that the wood is going to possibly look better. I think the wood might look better, to be honest. And I'm going to make as many zombie fingers as I can out of, as much cake that I have here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to get a tray to put them on. Because I'm going to pop them obviously in the deep freeze just to solidify the them the way I normally do cake pops, so that I can work with them. Now the question is, let's make these fingers, and how do we make them? Do we make them big? Do we make them... I feel like I should make them longer and thinner, as opposed to, you know, short fat fingers. So, was bearing in mind, the chocolate still needs to also take the shape. So I need to be very, very, very prominent about my zombie finger and where the knuckles are and all that kind of thing. So this is why I'm like thinking rather me put in, say, 2 of these in a pack, which will equal basically what I would have done for one cake pop, or because it's, yeah, the same quantity. I don't know. So we definitely have to get a knuckle in there, and we need to get the shape of the finger with the fingernail, because we're going to make that, you know, we want this knuckle. So I'm making the knuckle look really, you know. I'm actually worried about the amount I'm using. I need to kind of measure that. If I'm using, say, one, yeah, that's what I thought, 1 scoop, it just helps me to work out how big to keep it consistent. See, you can't, I don't feel, so the problem with this is that it should go in there and it's too short. So you need a longer to hold it all the way in so that it doesn't break. But I feel like the wood would look better. So I'm actually probably going to go with the wooden skewer rather than with these. I just feel like it would look better, almost like the zombies being, you know, literally skewered. I'll try and, you know, get them to be the same length. And then when we decorate them, we're going to decorate them so that they, I'm going to get, what, about 5. Not even. Make 4 of these. And I think it's going to be okay if it's got, like, you know, just roll it out to the right size. I'm just having a bit of a giggle because it doesn't look, you know, until I actually shape it and we start decorating, it doesn't look good. It looks like something else. And I'm quite happy for all these weird and wonderful, like, cracks and all that to happen, because, you know, we want the zombie fingers to look random. You know. Definitely don't want to do mini ones. I think the mini, smaller ones is just not going to work. This one feels like it's a little too thick. Yeah, it's just going to be a nothing. So I'm kind of happy with them. They're going to be straight out though because of the skewer. They're going to be on a stick. I just don't know how much I'm worried about them breaking off. So that's my issue there. So we're just going to pop a little bit of chocolate on there, and then we're going to run the skewer through. So I would rather do that, and the skewer goes all the way to like there, and hold the finger in place, and have it too short, and then they'll end up breaking. And I don't think any two zombie fingers are going to look the same. All going to look different. I'm not too sure if I make a finger. I don't know if I make a finger pattern, if that's going to actually even come through on the chocolate. But then I'll just have to try and scrape it in on the chocolate. But I'll try. Let's try and make a finger, fingernail on the cakesicle. It's also the reason why I'm only going to do one dipping. And we kind of want to make them look as gross as possible. Like this one's like cracking here and everything, and I'm like, I'm happy for that to happen because that's, it's a zombie finger. I might actually purposely make things look rather gross. We want to put a hole, and I might I'll put a hole because so the thing is that I want it to fill with chocolate and empty out. The problem is that, and then I can fill it up with red whatever, because I want it to get covered with chocolate because or else it'll dry out, so I don't want it to dry out. So if we make the hole now, it will fill up with chocolate, and so I'm hoping that way if I make these weird cuts and stuff, the chocolate will come out once we've drizzled it off, and then I can fill that up, like make it red for blood and all that kind of stuff. So we'll make it look like it's got cuts. And like I say, no two zombies, the fingers are going to look the same. I'm just doing them as how I feel. I'm wondering if I could do something. What can I use? What can I do? I might land up just using a little bit of fondant. Actually, I'm just thinking what I might land up doing is doing a little bit of rolling like little bits of fondant and sticking it to here, like rolling it to make it look like maggots. Gross. Okay, so I'm going to pop this into the deep freeze. not to forget about my cookies that are done. Literally done. I almost forgot about them. But I can smell them and they look fantastic. And I put them there to cool down. But we can decorate them just now. Right, I am actually quite excited about those zombie fingers. Okay, so then, just clear here a bit. I'm running out of trays and all sorts of things. Let's do another tray. And everything needs baking paper so that it doesn't stick. Okay, so I'm gonna make some eyeballs. I'm gonna dip my eyeballs because I think what I'm trying to aim to do here is to just have everything ready, and then I can decorate everything one time. Okay, so I'm just going to get my chocolates. Sorry, and I'm up on screen here. I am here. I'm just trying to sort my chocolate out, which is pretty much done. Okay. So here's my chocolate. And put hot water on it to keep it melted. To keep it melted. So we'll put it like that to keep it melted. Okay. Right. So the difficulty with cake with marshmallow pops is that I need to skewer them, roll them around, and then pop them down. But then they can't stay skewered. They're not staying skewered. Okay. So they do prove to be a little bit difficult to play with. But let's see what we can do. Okay, so we're gonna. It shouldn't be too hot. It's a bit hot. Sorry, I'm a bit worried that if my chocolate is too hot, it will melt my marshmallow. But it shouldn't, and it's. Okay, so we're gonna not skewering. So I just want these to be a little bit more clean. So I'm gonna just cut this excess marshmallow off. I'm really stoked about the fact that these were set in 3 hours, less than 3 hours. I did them, I made them, well, 6:30 to 9, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. So in 4 hours they are done. I'm very happy to hear that. Which means that I could possibly do 3 or 4 batches in a day. Which is really helpful because people, especially with these eyeballs and stuff, people tend to order like 20 or 40 of them at a time. And when marshmallow takes a while to make, I have to work it on like a rotation and make sure that I can get them all done. It's not the dipping part. And it's not actually the making the marshmallow part. It's this waiting for it to be done part. It takes a little while. And also I prefer to only dip the marshmallows once as opposed to twice, because so that it doesn't have a very thick chocolate casing. You want to be able to crack into it. That's my opinion. So it gets this weird little bit on it like this. So I just like to cut it off so that we have a nice round marshmallow puff. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that. So I don't actually want it to stick. I just want to dip my marshmallow in so that I can have a ball, not drain it off. We want to try and get as much of the chocolate off as possible because I don't want to pull around the bottom where it stands. So my challenge is that I want it to sit on this area here where it's flattish. And it's not going to do that. And okay, so that's not. Okay. If we can get them a little bit better than that. This is why I've done a few of them. I'm just, yeah, like I say, I'm a bit worried about my chocolate being a bit hot. And I don't think it's too hot. So you can see there's a pool of chocolate over there, which is not what I want. But I can always break off later. I almost want to just actually roll it. Let's do that. And then we can pick it up. And drop it down. Oh, I think that works better. Okay, so we're gonna just roll it in here like that. So yeah, any excess chocolate, I suppose I can cut it off once it's solidified. And again, we kind of want these to look all weird and wonderful, so it's also okay if they've got like holes and, you know, things happening to it. So the whole point of obviously putting this in chocolate, one, it's delicious, and two, it will keep your marshmallow nice and soft and then easier to decorate. Oh. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I haven't, my marshmallow pops, and every time I've done marshmallows, I dip them in milk chocolate. So I'm not 100% sure how it's going to be with white chocolate, but I don't think it's too bad. I mean, the whole point is that I need an eyeball, so and an eyeball is white. So that's one more to do. Okay, so we've got all our marshmallows looking good, and it's almost set to do some serious decorating going on here. We just need to do finish up our I'm just going to pop these on the stove. Well, no, just set aside. Set. And then let's have a look at our Rice Krispie treats. Sorry. Before I break that. Okay, so we're gonna side. So yet again, another sheet. Oh, baking paper. You can see the reason why I put the lid on. So I'm constantly using it. Right, so our Rice Krispie treats are done. I'm gonna pop them out. It was meant to be easy. I kind of want to get them out of here. I don't want to cut it in here. Why is it sticking? The whole purpose of the baking paper is for it not to stick. This is, however, an old pan. It may be the reason. There we go. Okay. I think it's with the whole vacuuming, the vacuum sucking bit. So we're going to, oh yes, this really does work out well. Okay, so we're going to cut them nice and straight, hopefully. About that. Look, we're covering them, right? So, you see, this is why a cookie cutter doesn't work. Because it is going to do that. And then we're going to halve them. So each one of our little mummies is going to be that size-ish, roundabout. Okay. Maybe I put too much coat. I feel like maybe just looking at the consistency of this, might have put too much I'm only going to do the 4. I'm going to use this for something else that I want to do a sample of. Oh no, wait. We want that in Rice Krispies. Or do we want it in coconut? Something for Christmas. This one's a little too wide. I'll cut that bit off. It possibly needs to be set for a little bit longer. Or I put too many Cocoa Pops. Okay, but it doesn't matter. But basically that's our mummies. Here we've got extras. It doesn't matter. All good. It's all good. All good. Okay, so I'm going to dress up our mummies while we're waiting for everything else to set and dry and freeze up and do whatnot. So we're going to roll actually, I think I'm just gonna go check. I think we could just dip our before I do this, go dip our zombie fingers so that they can set as well. Okay, so my zombie fingers are ready. Okay, I'm just going to dip them first so that they can set. So as you can see, they've got that grey look to it. which is what I am definitely after. I think what I'll do is I'll probably put 2 zombie fingers a pack. I feel like that would be more worthwhile. Well, how big are my cake pops? If it works out to be the same size as my cake pop, just because it's in a longer size doesn't mean that it's not the same. It's still the same quantity. I just need to double check that. Okay. So these are set quite quickly because it's cold. So that's all good. I'll pop these on the side while I work with my mummies. So I'm going to set these aside. So everything's now sitting, waiting, besides my mummies, to get decorated. But we're gonna do the mummies now. So we're gonna decorate them, make them look like something. Okay, I'm just gonna do some more because I don't want to put them flat on the table. I'd rather just put them onto some baking paper when I'm done. Just makes it easier. Right. So what I'm gonna do? Oh, I need. I have marshmallow pop eyeballs. I have zombie fingers. So we're going to take some, well, I'm going to use fondant. I don't have fondant. I'm going to use my gum paste for this, but for the actual thing, I'll use fondant. But for today's purpose, we'll use this. Rolling pin. What are you after? You've got the munchies. I need to take a photo of my cake. Before 12 o'clock. I need to finish it before 12 o'clock. I think I'll be finished before 12. Everything's ready to start decorating. So. You want the Scooby snacks? So we're gonna cut all these lovely strips. Going to be super quick and easy, I think, which is really awesome. And we're going to wrap them around our little mummy. One that shouldn't be falling apart. We'll wrap them nicely. Back and front. We'll do from behind as well. and from behind. And then we can do the front. I'm just doing it from behind first, and then I'll do from in the front. So we can cover up the back. Get the back covered up. I think one of the things I am going to have to do first though is put the eyeballs in so that I can wrap around the mummy, the eyeballs. One of the things that I could do also is dip the Rice Krispie treat in chocolate so that this doesn't happen, and just so that it's closed up, but it's not an absolute necessity thing, because we're gonna basically close it all up with bandage. Okay, so we need an eyeball, which we'll make out of some black gum paste. Two eyeballs. Okay, I'm going to roll that and make some more strips. Actually, I think I can use the... What's the problem? No, shush. Last year I did Rice Krispie treat ghosts, but and they were super cute. Might need some gel. I mean, glue. And more, as opposed to so many short strips. So so for this purpose, I'm using my gum paste, but I will use fondant, because the fondant is softer, and obviously you want to be able to bite into this, and gum paste will harden, and yeah, it won't work out as well as it should. But I just don't have any fondant. Do I? No, I don't have any fondant. So I'm just going to use my gum paste just for, the purpose of photographs and stuff. But it will definitely be done with fondant, because you want to be able to bite into it like a treat. And unfortunately, gum paste does harden quite a bit. And yeah, I don't want people breaking their teeth. So I'm going to make more of a long strip rather than short strips so that I can really wrap it around. And also because the gum paste does dry hard, so even when, you know, like sitting like this, it'll dry faster than fondant. And obviously this is meant to be like a treat and a sweet, so I don't really want it to be rock hard for you to not be able to eat it. And then at least if I can make it longer and I can wrap it all the way around, and we're getting front and back done basically at the same time. So also got to, you know, do things that are not so time consuming, especially if I need to make a lot of them. I need to be able to make them and make them quickly. But isn't that cute? Little mummy. So I'm pressed for time, so I'm gonna just do one mummy, and then I'll do one eyeball, one cookie, and then I'll do more later for me to take photos, so that it's not just one in the photo. I really do think that that's super cute. Look at that. So I'm only going to do one for now, just so that you can see what it's going to look like. And then I will finish up these later. I'm just pressed for time because I have a customer coming to collect just now. And yeah, I need to be available. Right, so zombie fingers. Check out these zombie fingers. I think they are looking pretty cool. How are we going to decorate them? It's a question. So I think we kind of need some red. I've got some red. And we've got some, I don't know, possibly some green going on here. For oozing purposes. Don't know what other colors that would work. Definitely red. So it gives you that really off look. I think that looks fantastic. Sorry, I made these yesterday, and with icing, sometimes it just sits a bit. Okay. So we had like pockets of cuts. do think that we need to have like little maggots. And honestly, like a little bit messy like this is all good, because you know we're trying to make it look like blood and guts. And I think, you know, the green will do, because it's going to give us this bit of off look and oozing. I do think that we need to put what we'll do is we'll make them, I know that they're obviously not that color, they're more like a creamy kind of color, but I'm just thinking on how we're going to make, so if we mix a little bit of black and the white to make it some gray, and then we can do some little worms. Do they look like worms? You're gonna mix I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some white and yellow. That might work out better. Make a light yellow. So yeah, I think if we go for the yellow, maybe the yellow will be better. I just want to make like these tiny little worms that are falling out. But you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to just stop for 2 seconds, if you don't mind, so that I can go take a photograph of my cake. I thought I was going to be done already, but I'm not. I'm just going to go and sort out my photograph of my cake so that I can, be okay for my customer to come. But I'm going to carry on putting some more of those on there. Okay, that's done. I'm taking a photo of my cake. But it's okay. I don't have to rush now. I'm feeling rushed now because of this. Okay. So now I don't need to rush anymore. The cake is I've taken a photo. That's what I needed to do. I like to take my time with these things. I feel like by adding these, I'm going to be causing more, work for myself. But I do feel it's going to make it look more like something's going on here. Like, I could, I don't have yellow. I was just thinking I could pipe yellow to make it look more wormy like, I suppose. I think that looks alright. Okay. There's one with more. So you can see, like, this one's got more texture and stuff, and I think that's key to doing this. It's making sure that there's a lot more texture. So I'll need to, they mustn't be so smooth. I need to make more texture in them. Like this one. Definitely better. With more. Holes and my eyes are going to be pretty simple. I already know how I'm going to do my eyes. Some of my eyes, my marshmallow eyes, eyeballs. I do think that the green does help with this as well. This, it's like oozing. Zombie fingers. Although maggots, there needs to be a hang of a lot of them. If I could make them look like they were moving, that would be awesome. But I can't, unfortunately. So I've got two zombie fingers going. Wonder if I made a crease underneath here so that's got like bleeding nails. Okay, so then let's put that. Like I said, I'm gonna just do one or two of each one. So what we're doing with our eyeball is we need a green eye. So we're gonna make a green eye. I'm gonna be careful. My eye thing is a little too runny, so I need to make them thicker because what's going to happen is they're going to run down. I'm just going to thicken up my icing. Too thin. Great for cookies, not great for the fire. Always need gold. Gold. Sticking it up a bit. A little, not a lot, just enough so that it holds. Because what's going to happen is that it's going to start to run. And you kind of want to have a set eye. And while I want it runny for cookies, I don't want it that runny for eyeball. Oh man. Just keep hearing doors banging. Yeah, the neighbors are, I don't know, doing what, but they keep banging the doors. Car doors. Car doors is what I hear. Okay. I'm not sure what they're up to, but they are banging doors. So I think this is going to be better. Yes. what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some of the black fondant and make black irises. Only because I'm far too lazy to actually mix black royal icing. But yeah, do the same thing. Give me an eyeball. Might even look better. Oh! Oh, what am I going to use? There we go. I need to grease on my fingers because it's sticking. And then obviously we're going to make these eyeballs look like Bloodshot, right? Because that's what they're supposed to look like. So we're going to make them a bit bloodshot in a minute. These ones look like leaky eyeballs. But I suppose maybe for Halloween, that's okay. Need to be all things gruesome. Right? Right. Okay. So then we're just going to... Bloodshot eyeballs. These were as cake pops last year were literally my best seller. So I'm definitely not going to do them. Definitely going to do them. They're super fun and they're delicious. And you know, really doesn't need to be perfect, which makes my life a little bit easier. So and you know, these are all these treats that I'm making for Halloween this year are treats that can be ordered ahead of time for real, as all of them you know, it's not something that needs to be collected, you know, made and collected at the same time kind of thing. These are all things that can last up to 2 weeks packaged, which all of these will be. They'll all be, everything will be individually packed. Especially for the market. All those eyeballs looking. Okay, so we got eyeballs. Eyeballs, zombie fingers. I'm not sure if maybe just wondering about I'm still in 2 minds about the zombie fingers, and maybe I need to change the color. So I do have the other 2. I'm just wondering if I should change the color. You know, have the red, we've got the green. I just need to I think what I'm going to do is actually have a look at a zombie finger online and see if I can match the color more rather than what I've done. Oh, I could have just done that. And then oh, you know what I have? I have a whole lot of orange sprinkles. Oh yes, I can definitely use that. Oh, you see now, I did need black icing. I need black icing for my cauldron. Okay, it's fine. I can make black icing. So I've already got orange icing. I already had the orange and the green and all that kind of stuff. So let's just turn this blue into black because I don't need the blue anymore. So I need black. Yeah, for my cauldron, I need green and I need orange. So, and I need another knife. Do I need another knife? Yes. Let's just turn this into black. And it needs to be thinner for doing cookies. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of water in just to thin it out a bit. So when you're making icing cookies, you don't want this to keep its shape. Because you need it to flow nicely. So it needs to be runny. Okay. Just like that. I also might not be able to I have a Halloween basket which I kind of wanted to fill up, but I might just pack it with something underneath, and then just as for pictures purpose. But because I might not have enough. I may or may not have enough. I see. Although, yeah, I need to hang up a lot of icing for ice cooking. So, and then I've got black for the boo. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to tie that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the cauldron's going to be black and green, and the hat is going to be orange and black, and the boo can be either green or orange. It's not really going to be a thing. What I am going to do is I'm going to outline what I need in black. So I'm doing the black first because I want the black to dry a bit. Because I want to put sprinkles on the orange part. And I don't want it sticking to the black. And I think the witch's hat is quite classic, so, and the cauldron, so definite. But as a DIY cookie in a box, I'm doing the monsters. So at the market for I'm doing cookie decorating with kids, and that will be in the monsters. I might just do one or two of the hats and stuff, but I think the kids will enjoy doing the monsters. And we'll stick to monsters being so many colors or one color. I'm going to do that actually. Okay. And then we're going to do our cauldron. You? What are you hiding on me for? Trying to think of how I could incorporate purple somewhere. Could incorporate purple. Well, I'm gonna stick to the green and orange, I think, because it just makes life easier. Too much choice sometimes causes problems. You have choice, but not too much. So generally, when we do these things, especially with black, I do the black first, and then I leave it to dry until it's completely dry before doing a different color. If I don't, what happens is that the black actually bleeds into the other color. Red does the same. Bleeds if you don't wait for it to dry completely. And I want to avoid having black with the kids. I know that sounds funny, but yeah, I don't actually want, when I'm doing cookie decorating with kids, we're not going to have black. This is a bit like, so I'm just going to thin it down. And I will need it. It's another line. Just bring the orange down a bit. Better. I'm gonna do the boo. So in my boxes, I'll have the boo in, I think, both orange and green. For today's purpose, I'll make it orange. my toothpick go? Oh, there it is. So it's just... So I'm going to pop some sprinkles on top of this. I do like to use it with hundreds and thousands, but this is also quite nice. It's going to be different in that it's, you know, orange colors. Last year I did them with the hundreds and thousands, which I might end up doing anyway, because so once this is dry, I will then write boo on it. Also, the hat can be, I'll probably end up doing a mix of orange, green, purple hats. But that's if, you know, for me, having to ice it for people. Just to have a, especially for the market. Have them in different colors. Well, just basically the Halloween colors, you know, purple, green, orange. I must admit, I think I do prefer it with the hundreds and thousands. But it's I think the kids will like it more with the hundreds and thousands. Okay, and then our cauldron. I fill up this bag. More green. Obviously we need some bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. We're just gonna... Hundreds and thousands is what we're going to use. Sprinkle here and there. It really does. I know it's not the right colors and everything, but it does lift it. I do like the orange, but I think I prefer the hundreds and thousands on it. And there you go. We have all our treats. So let's see. I think they're all looking really, really good. We have cookies. We have eyeballs. I think it's gonna look really awesome. Gonna take, once these are all dry and you know I can actually move them and touch them and because I can't right now. Because for obvious reasons, as you've been watching, this will say boo. I don't think I'm going to be able to, should I? Not sure. I think it's... This is why I also think the hundreds and thousands would work out better than those sprinkles. So we'll do hundreds and thousands on there instead. Our zombie fingers. Zombie fingers. Our little mummy, which I think looks really cute. And then some eyeballs. Eyeballs. I think this is a good selection for this year's Halloween. Anyway, guys, I am going to love and leave you. It's 5 to 12, so I have been on here way longer than I expected. I was hoping to actually go through this a lot quicker. But it's all good. I always say 9:30 until 12. So this is me pretty much done. I'm not going to continue to do more when you're seeing the same thing. So anyway, have a super duper Friday. Have a super duper weekend. If you're in South Africa, next week's only a 4-day week because Friday is a holiday. I will only be live streaming on Wednesday next week, not next week Friday, because next week Friday is a holiday. So I'll be taking that day off. So only next week Wednesday for the competition for milk tart, not that, milk tart. So if you want to win that, please make sure you say I want to win this when you come and watch me live. And yeah, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you soon.